Hey guys, so today I'm really excited because I'm going to be doing the plan with me for the kit that you guys voted for on my Facebook page. So I put up a couple different kits for this week's plan with me options, and you guys ended up voting for the Sweet as Honey kit. So I'm really excited to do this week. I love this kit and it's going to be really fun. So the first thing I'm going to do is put down my template because I'm using the Be Wild Minimalist planner and I'm using Note Shelf to plan. So I'm going to put the template down first, and I'm going to use the vertical template because that's my favorite one. And then I'm going to lock it into place so that I can start putting stickers on top and it doesn't move. And then, yeah, I'm going to pull up my Sweet as Honey kit and start planning. So I like to bring over all of my full boxes first, and I bring over all of them, resize them, and then I move them around and delete whatever I end up deciding not to use. That way I don't have to sit and resize every single individual sticker. So I'm going to start kind of moving them around, figuring out what looks good. This is one of the funnest parts about digital planning, that you can really just play around with it and move things around until you get like the color balance that you like. And I realized I skipped this one on accident. I didn't bring it over, so I had to bring it over separately. And I wasn't really sure about how I wanted to do this. They weren't lining up exactly the way I wanted them to. So I went over to the monthly kit because there's a couple more options there, and pulled over some other stickers. And I ended up deciding I really liked this Honey for Sale sign. So I'm going to use it for my weekend and then use just the single stickers throughout the week. So I'm kind of playing around with it, trying to figure out what I like. I usually like to put every kit comes with like a saying sticker, and I usually like to put that over in my notes sidebar. I just think it looks really nice and clean. And then kind of trying to figure out what looks good for these. Okay, so I'm kind of liking that. It's not perfect, but it's good enough to where I'm going to move on and bring over the headers for the week. And again, I bring them all over and then I resize them and move them around after so that I don't have to resize them individually. It just saves a ton of time. And now I'm trying to decide what I want to do for headers. I usually put a header under each date cover and then also one underneath the sticker, the like text sticker over in the note section. So I'm kind of figuring out which one I want to do. And this is when I'll go in and kind of fine tune everything, make it look cleaner and make sure everything's lining up right. And I'm just copy and pasting the little glitter header that I decided on down so I don't have to keep resizing it. Again, just another way to save some time. And then I decided I didn't really like the yellow underneath this box, so I pulled over the bow header sticker, and then I'm going to bring over a habit tracker. And then the only other thing, I usually in my notes side just really only need two things. I want a habit tracker and a week box to keep track of dinners. So I'll bring over the week box and then put an on the menu sticker down as a header for that. Sometimes I'll go and put like a little checklist or something if I have some general to-dos, but I usually like to actually pick which day I'm doing things so I don't feel overwhelmed on a specific day. Okay, so now we can start jumping into the week. So for this week on Monday, the first thing I'm going to be doing is filming this tutorial and planning out the week. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm going to use this little box to put that in there, and then some deco just to make it a little bit cuter and fill it in a little bit more. And then the other thing we're going to be doing this night is hot tub shopping. And we're trying to finish our yard, and part of that is putting in a hot tub. So we're going to go shop for that in later in the evening, which is why I'm putting it kind of at the bottom. And then I decided I wanted to fill in the washi real quick because I didn't like having it be blank. It kind of was throwing off like the spread for me. So, and I usually do this part before I move on to the week, but I didn't think about it until right now. So I want to use both washies, so I'm kind of sizing them for how fat I want them to be first. And then I'm going to copy them over so that they look like a long sticker. And on this pattern, I feel like you can't really tell that much that it's not, it doesn't line up perfectly. Okay, so now that my washi's done, I can go back to my Monday. And I don't have a whole lot going on this day, so I'm going to fill it in with that one of the Hello June stickers from the freebie we did a couple weeks ago. These stickers are going to be available in our shop really soon, but right now I'm just using the freebie. And I'm also pulling a couple of the foiled florals from the freebie that was the following week over because I thought they looked really good with this kit. And then I'm bringing over, we have a bow sticky note kit, and I'm trying to figure out which yellow looks the best with this kit. I'm just bringing all of those over while I'm kind of in the folders because I know I want to use them. I'm just not really sure where. And then I'm going to go back to making a checklist for this day because I just have a couple things I want to get through for our July planner that's coming out on Saturday. Then I have this like kind of small space that I wanted to fill in because I think it looks awkward. So I tried this foil strip first, but I felt like it was too dark. It kind of threw the whole thing off. So I'm actually going to pull over one of these bows from the bullet journal kit. I have these longer bows that I think will work perfectly to kind of fill it in. And while I was in the bullet journal kit, I pulled over a weekend banner and some larger boxes because I knew I was going to need them and I didn't want to be jumping back and forth a bunch. All right, so Monday's done, so we're going to move on to Tuesday. And Tuesday, I have my daughter's dance class in the morning, and then a bunch of work stuff to do. And then I have a game night with my friends planned. So I'm filling in the game night first because I know that's the last thing that I need to do. And then I brought over this box at first for my daughter's dance, but I decided that it's a little bit too busy for me for where it is in the planner, so I pulled over a little bit more of a simple box. And then I'm making a to-do list. So I ended up deciding my to-do list would just be for the stuff I need to do for my planner, and then I'm going to bring over another box for this one little to-do that I have for that day that's not related to the planner. So I'm kind of making my own little thing there, and then I'm going to bring over an Inky Bear to decorate it. Because I'm actually really excited about my porch stuff and to get it set up. I just got some little chairs and things to put out on our porch. Which is exciting because then I can watch the kids play and I have somewhere to actually sit instead of sitting on the steps. Okay, and then Wednesday, the main thing we're going to be doing that day is hot tub shopping again. I'm hoping that after this day we'll actually be done and there won't be any more hot tub shopping after this. So I'm going to fill in the majority of the morning with that. And I'm going to layer up these bigger boxes and one of those bows, longer bows from the bullet journal kit. So you might have seen me do this before, but I want to make it look like there's a white box, and I don't actually have a white box to put behind this so that it doesn't look so messy. So I'm actually just coloring in a box with the pen tool, and I'm going to then cut and paste that hot tub shopping text on top of it, and then I have a pretend box. And I also wanted to use those. I thought this was a good place to use the gold foiled flowers and kind of do a bunch of layering. And it was convenient that I had actually put these in before those boxes so I didn't have to go through and like reorganize the layers. And then on Wednesday evening, I'm going to try to finish the July planner so that I'm not strapped trying to do it at the very last minute, which is what usually happens. So I'm going to put that in there that I want to try to have it finished. And then I also need to schedule a bunch of social media posts for you guys so you can actually see what I'm doing. So I'm going to use that little bow sticky note to put that in. So then on Thursday, I have an appointment with a photographer really early in the morning to get some pictures taken. And then after that, I'm essentially going to work because Thursdays are my work day. So I'm just going to copy and paste that same list that I had on Tuesday over and then fill it in with the stuff I want to try to get done for Thursday. And then I actually have a book club with some friends that evening or that afternoon. So I'm just putting that in as well. There's actually kind of a lot going on Thursday because then in the evening I also have gymnastics for my kids. So I'm trying to squeeze them all in to this little column here. So now I'm going to sort of rearrange this weekend area so I can make this all the right size. So I have my weekend banner already down, and then I know on Sunday we're going boating, so I'm putting in a larger box for that. And then I'm going to cut and paste this little gold sticker down so it's on top of that box I just put down, and then kind of rearrange this and make it look the way that I want. So now I'm going to move on to Friday. Friday, I mostly need to clean the house because I will feel really bad if my husband has to spend his Father's Day cleaning or feels like he needs to spend it cleaning because it's not already clean. So I'm going to spend Friday cleaning up. And then I also have to do the Friday freebie. So I decided to bring over this medium-sized box to mark down the cleaning, and I'm going to bring an Inky Bear over in just a minute to kind of add to it because I have a cleaning Inky Bear set. And then I also have a date night going on that night, so I'm going to use that at the very bottom to mark date night. And I couldn't decide exactly how I wanted this to look, so I had to kind of try a couple different things before I finally settled on this. So I wanted to use this box to mark down that I need to finish the library for my Digital Planning Academy that's going to be released at the end of July. And again, I'm just making a pretend white box to make it look a little bit cleaner. And then sometimes when I have like an awkward space on the side of some of my text, I just draw these little squiggly arrows and it makes them look so much more filled in. And it's so easy to do. So I kind of put that there. And then I decided it needed to go down at the bottom because it looked kind of weird the way it was in there. So I kind of swapped the box I'm going to use for cleaning the house and the finished library set. And then it looked a little bit more balanced, I guess. And then while I'm looking at the Inky Bears, I decided to bring over a laundry Inky Bear because I need to get a ton of laundry done this weekend. And I'm not sure where I'm going to put it yet, but I know it's going to be on the weekend, so I just kind of put it over there. And I originally thought I would use that pink box for the Friday freebie, but it didn't fill in the space well enough, so I'm bringing over one of the large boxes, and it filled it in a lot better. So I'm going to use that to mark down the Friday freebie with some deco to fill it in. All right, so now that Friday's done, I can move on to the weekend. So for Saturday, I'm going to use Saturday to make a big, huge checklist for all the stuff I have to get done. Since it's Father's Day weekend, there's like a ton of things on my to-do list. So I'm going to make a super long to-do list that fills in most of this day. And then there's also the planner launch happening this day. So some of the to-dos are going to be for that. And then I'm going to use that little pink box at the bottom to mark down that the launch is that day. And I'm just cropping off the bottoms of these so that I can line them up and you don't see a seam. Okay, and then I want to fill in the boating box that we're going to go boating at Jordanelle. And then underneath that, I'm going to put in that it's laundry day. And I'm sure I will at some point also go visit my dad. I'm just not sure when. So I'm going to fill that in just to remind me that I need to go visit him at some point on Father's Day. And also clean up the house. And then we're going to be going to a dinner at my in-laws' house in the evening. So just kind of filling in, trying to make all of that stuff fit in this kind of smaller area. And I really liked that I used this double box at the bottom here. I think it actually turned out really cute, and it's the first time I've done it like that, where I've just taken a bigger box and used it for two of them. And I'm going to bring over some deco just to fill in the space a little bit here and make it look a little bit cuter. And I always like to turn the deco on its side. Just think it looks more creative. I don't know. I always tilt them a little bit. And I didn't like this box for here, so I'm going to pick out a little bit of a plainer color. And now I'm going to go back and just fill in these tasks real quick, and then I'm all done. Okay, so the last thing I need to do, or that I like to do, is I actually delete the template behind it because it has some gray lines that go through my checklists and things that I don't really like. And this way I don't have to white them out. I just delete the template. So I unlock it by tapping on it, hitting unlock, and then I tap on it again to delete it, and I am all set. So this is my weekly plan. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for voting and for watching and supporting my channel, and I will see you next time.